Hello fellow adventurers and collectors, Filmaholic here. Today we're going to be doing something off the cuff, more so just a little bit more natural, so I'm going to be using the onboard microphone for my camera, so I apologize if the microphone or the sound quality isn't up to par for what I usually do, but I figured I'd do something a little bit more simplistic and showcase some of the recent pickups that I've had in terms of diecast and other miscellaneous action figures that don't necessarily warrant a full video. So yeah, some of you may know that I do collect diecast now, because of course I do, after getting a couple Land Rovers. So I try to limit my diecast purchases to Land Rover and the various models that they have. So for those of you who don't know, I love Range Rovers, more specifically the Range Rover Classic. So it all started out with these couple of models here. So this is the 3-door version that has the 2 doors here, and of course the back hatch. This is similar to the Range Rover project that I'm working on for my G.I. Joe. So I have these, right? But then I recently got into the higher end line of Hot Wheels and diecast cars. So I picked up this, which is part of their I don't know how to describe it. Those who are more fluent in diecast will definitely let me know in the comments below, but they have rubber tires, they have higher quality paint and decals. So it's interesting seeing the budget line versus the boutique line in that regard. You know, the plastic actually wraps around here. And I do apologize if you hear my phone or what have you in the background. I do have stuff going on in the background, but this was a recent Range Rover pickup, and of course, me being focused on Land Rovers, that's not the only model that I love. I do love the new 2022 Land Rover Defender. So surprisingly enough, this hasn't come out in the Hot Wheels line. This is more so Matchbox, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Matchbox was bought out by Hot Wheels, so it's all the same line anyways. But interesting to see that these are in the Matchbox subset instead of the Hot Wheels subset, because I know there are Defenders in Hot Wheels. They're just the older versions. So I got these, of course, and then I also came across this. I think it's called the Pink Slip line by Jada, or hey, let me be specific here. It's actually by Majorette. So this is a higher end model car, and of course it has rubber tires, a little bit of suspension, and I do believe the door is open. Yep. Very nice models, and I like how when I first started getting into these diecast cars, I complained about the price, but here I am buying more $6 model cars. So beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But this isn't the end of the Defender pickups, because recently I went to the dollar store and I was fortunate enough to come across not one but 3 more Defenders. To be honest with you, I should not have picked up 2 of this black colorway, but there were so many of them there, I just couldn't pass it up. There's the brown version, and of course the black version, and I think I'm missing the white version, but I think that was a international release, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pick that up. But interesting concept behind these is that I do open my diecast cars, if that wasn't clear enough. I open everything on my channel, but I know that's gonna hurt somebody, but everyone collects it in their own unique way. But like I was saying, something unique about these that I saw is that this one doesn't have any paint on the top, so I'm not sure if that's a factory error or that's how they come out of the factory, but it's very interesting to say the least. You know, I kind of wish it did have the black paint or what have you, black molded plastic, but you can actually see the attention to detail on the inside, which is nice, I guess. And this is a brown color, similar to the color that my Icon model is. So very nice, of course. And of course, here is the black version. And like I said, turn away if you don't like me opening my Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels or diecast cars, because I like to play around with them, you know. definitely not something that I envisioned myself collecting, because I always saw it as something, I don't know, boring. As much as to some dismay, but I do like this matte black version. It's very, very nice, especially with the colored wheels. So very fortunate I came across not one but multiples of these, so I was able to pick the best ones that I saw. Very nice models for how small they are and look great together. And again, going to another dollar store, I was able to find something that would benefit me with all these die-cast models that I'm collecting. Not sure if I'm going to utilize them how they're intended, but we'll see. I was able to find these. These are little boxes or containers that you can use to display your Hot Wheels and what have you. So I might hang these up. We shall see. I'm not entirely sure. So for the meantime, I get like 3 of them. They all have different designs. If you're curious, I can pull the other 2 out. So again, I remember as a kid having Hot Wheels, but dropped out of them just because I never really gravitated towards them too much. But yeah, I did not envision myself coming back to the line like I am right now. But of course, Land Rover and Range Rover and Defenders are my cup of tea, so very nice to have. Oh, I should mention that this little placemat thing is something that I found at Hobby Lobby for $7, and I figured it kind of spruces up the look of the display area for my reviews. Something else that I picked up, and I had no idea what it was, to be honest with you. I just kind of rummaging through the loose figures, and I came across this guy, and I was kind of intrigued by the design because it's actually an O-ring figure, and the bag said it was a biomutant or bioroid, I should say, and it turns out this is from Robotech. You know, I'm vaguely familiar with their robots, but I didn't know they made figures like this, and yeah, I just thought it was a unique design. I kind of overpaid for it, to be honest with you, considering I don't have any other figures from the line, but I thought it was a unique figure. I've never come across them. It does have a broken thumb, but it is what it is. Excuse me. It would make a great display piece nonetheless, so he's definitely just gonna chill out on my shelf. And if you have more information, do let me know. I'm always curious to learn about new lines and what have you. So now, something that I'm more familiar with is Fortnite, and I was fortunate enough to get this guy at the same store for way less than retail, so I was glad to have picked him up. Of course, he's not complete, but I don't necessarily care for this line. I just pretty much pick up whatever I can, and happy for that. You know, this is one of the few lines that I actually still hunt. You know, whenever I'm at a Ross or what have you, I just take a peek and see if I can find anything. You know, it's not like back in the heyday where you can go to every store and guarantee to see them, but yeah, this is back when Jazzware had the license, and I kind of do miss them. So with that, that's pretty much the end of this little recent pickups. You know, it's definitely smaller, and both physically and figuratively. And yeah, so yeah, I just figured I'd showcase what I picked up, and in a different style. You know, not so much edited, but more candid. As you could tell, I have an easier time doing it this way, but having to set up my microphone for this method, it would be a lot harder. So we shall see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I thank you guys for watching. If you feel so inclined, please like, comment, and subscribe. I very much appreciate it. I will catch you all next time.